Do you all believe in things like superpowers or investments? Recently, I haven't seen them at all. They've disappeared. In the latter half of the 20th century, even on Japanese television, there were special programs that invited famous psychics from overseas and followed the whereabouts of unsolved cases. By the way, do you all know why such programs started? The reason goes back to the past. It's because in reality, there was a case that was solved through psychic abilities, and in this episode, we'll be introducing such a case. Chiba Prefecture, Ichihara City little girl disappearance case. On May 1st, 1976, shortly after 5 p.m., 7-year-old Miwa Kikuike from Ichihara City, Chiba Prefecture, left her home and vanished about 50 meters away. It was along National Route 297. She was playing with a friend near the Hinomiya warehouse, and after that, her whereabouts became unknown. When she didn't come home, her family immediately reported it to the police. The police considered not only the possibility of an accident, but also incidents such as abduction. Considering this, they established a special investigation headquarters. In the following 4 days, the police deployed 750 officers and dogs, urgently searching for her, but without success. The police investigation continued. On May 3rd, the predecessor of the current television, Asahi, Japan Educational Television, had scheduled a special program for May 5th, a Wednesday special, in which they covered this case. An overseas psychic investigator, Croiset, was brought in to investigate the case using supernatural powers. He is said to be a pioneer in the field known as psychometry, where people use supernatural abilities to search for and find missing persons. He has worked on cases in the Netherlands involving attacks on women, where he would hold a hammer left at the crime scene. A story circulates that in a series of arson cases, the criminal's appearance matched the police sketch in the chief's mind. Hearing these rumors, Asahi Television invited him to appear on their program the next day to feature him solving the case. 5 p.m. on May 4th, Croiset started reading about Miwa-chan using her photograph. He put his hand over the photo. He had paper and a pen. He asked for a map of Japan, which he spread out and drew a red line on. After the staff quickly prepared an enlarged map of the marked location, he circled an area in red. Then, while sometimes closing his eyes, he moved his pen across the map, resulting in his final creation. "She is here," he added. "Sadly, Miwa-chan has died and recently another person passed away in a nearby river." There was a pile of car scraps, and next to the pond, there was a playground for children. The program staff hurriedly checked if there was a place on this map that matched, and then he said he wanted a larger map and drew inside the red line that was marked. They found a place where the shape of the pond and the condition of the roads matched. A dam in Ichihara City, Chiba Prefecture, where Yamakura Damu Miwa-chan lives, is located about 20 meters from the shore. Is it in the water now? Yes, it is. I can see a girl floating up. On May 5th, staff arrived at Yamakura Dam at 6:30 a.m. to search for Miwa-chan, followed by the crew at 6:53 a.m. The director floated on the dam. They found Miwa-chan in a changed state, and part of the discovery was captured on camera. At 7:30 a.m., the police, having received the report, rushed to the scene, confirmed the body was Miwa-chan, and proceeded accordingly. May 5th, 7:30 p.m. On the news television program, a segment like this was broadcast, showing part of the events leading up to the discovery of Miwa-chan. The viewer rating was an impressive 30.5%, making it a hot topic at the time. And according to the later investigation, it was found that she slipped while playing alone and fell into the dam. It was determined that this was what had happened, and the incident was reported in the news, causing a huge public reaction. However, much of the public's response was suspicion toward Inchiki's abilities, and this was the background behind those reactions. From 9:30 a.m. on the 5th, a 300-person search was planned around the dam. Thus, even without his involvement, she would have likely been found within hours. It has been suggested that the program may have obtained this information in advance and reported it before anyone else. The Yamakura Dam was previously searched by police, but the woman was not found. She was later discovered after falling into the dam. Forensic medical experts suggested that a sunken body would resurface in about 5 days. This possibility was noted, and then program staff visited the site and conducted interviews on May 2nd and 3rd. At that time, they also showed up at the location where the police investigation headquarters was set up. Because of this, it is possible that they learned the above information beforehand. This possibility is being pointed out. Originally, the program was scheduled to broadcast live and have the investment made during the show, but the schedule was changed the day before, and the investment scene was pre-recorded on the 4th. According to the Croiset's explanation, they were unable to conduct interviews. Considering these circumstances, it is possible that they predicted in advance that she would be found by the dam. It was was thought that this could have been done quite easily. Furthermore, facts that raise doubts about his abilities have come to light one after another. When asked about the Oranda incident, it turns out that he was not involved at all, and that the story about him touching the hammer and investing was not true. The story about him being close to the police chief is also completely made up. It became clear that Croiset was involved in 2 other incidents during his visit to Japan. And when he visited Japan again in December of the same year, he was also involved in 2 additional incidents, but neither of those cases was ever solved in the end. His ability's authenticity remains uncertain. He passed away in 1898 due to illness. Despite some suspicious points, his investigations led to the discovery of the remains. Regardless of the methods used, that's the fact. I just want them to be found as soon as possible, even if it's just 1 day earlier. The families of those still missing surely feel the same. I sincerely hope for Miwa-chan's safety and that those still unaccounted for are found soon. Thank you for watching.